All right, hey guys, OFD checking in here on a Friday night, and this may be my last video of 2018, but I posted a picture this morning on Instagram and said I was going to do a state of the collection of my dive watches. So here we go. Let's jump into it. So I kind of got these laid out here as far as brands go. Down here at the bottom, you guys can see this is all Seiko. In the middle, we've got some Orients, and up at the top, we've got various different brands. So whenever you start out talking about a collection, there's always kind of that first watch you really want to jump into and talk about, and that's going to be this. This is my Seiko 7548. I bought this in 1982 when I was 12 years old. So I put it on layaway at a local store and worked during the summer and got it paid off and got to pick it up. And I've had this watch ever since. It has been refurbished by a local jeweler. As a matter of fact, I took it back to that jeweler just last week and they put a brand new battery in it for me. So I've got it running fresh again. And it's a great watch. I do have all the original parts that the watch came with, but because it's a watch I've had forever since I was a kid, I really wanted it looking nice. And so that's my Seiko 7548. So let's kind of go down the road down here with these Seikos. Now this is a 6309-7040, I think. And this is dated as a 1984 watch. Now I bought this from a eBay seller that had bought the watch, had it refurbished, actually had it serviced and water tested. So it's not an original dial on this watch. It does appear to have been reloomed because the loom works really good. The bezel insert was replaced, and it appears that possibly the crystal was replaced. As far as the case goes, the case appears to be all original. As a matter of fact, I opened it up just to check the movement, which looked beautiful, and it did have some service dates on the back of the case, which tended to match the year and everything. So really like that watch. So moving over here is my Seiko BFK, Big Frickin' Kinetic. So I've had this watch for a number of years. I don't wear it a whole lot, so I do have to get it out and shake it to keep that kinetic movement charged up and running. But definitely a unique piece from Seiko. This button up here will check that kinetic charge using the second hand there if you guys aren't familiar with that. But really great watch from Seiko. Definitely what I'd consider kind of one of their iconic pieces with that unique kinetic movement that Seiko invented, which is kind of hit and miss with a lot of people. So moving along, I have an iconic Seiko SKX here. This is the SKX013, so this is going to be the smaller 38mm version. I've kind of settled on this as my SKX. Now I know that if you watched my original collection video of my divers from a couple years ago, I said that about the 011J, the orange dial model, but that has since moved along, and I do have this one in the collection now, and it has the factory Jubilee bracelet on it, which I really like. I think it's just kind of one of those cool Seiko SKX things, and it's very, very, very super comfortable on the watch, which is what I love. And it doesn't add a lot of weight. The watch is still lightweight, very comfortable to wear. So SKX013. Okay, so, oh, and on the wrist, you know what I'm wearing today? I am wearing for the video, this is the Veyer Field watch. So I'm sure you guys have seen these guys on Instagram, and I've done a review of this watch, and it's a cool watch. So, okay, back to dive watches Dunlap. So, going to the right, come on, focus. This is the Seiko SBDQ003. I think that's what it is. All titanium, chronograph, divers, 200 meter, has the scuba on the dial there, which I think is really unique. Great looking piece. I got this a number of years ago, ordered it straight out of Japan, as it is a Prospex JDM piece from 2004. These are really, really tough to come by. As a matter of fact, to be honest with you, I've never been able to find another one. I actually went looking for one after I bought this, thinking, oh, I'll get another one as a backup. But really, really tough watch to find. If you guys have one of these or know of where to get one, let me know. It's a really cool watch. These are great Seiko chronographs, very unique and very different. So, all right, so that's that. Of course, sticking with Seiko, you guys have seen a review of this. This is the SNE 498, the Solar Tuna. This is one of the brand new models. As a matter of fact, I just picked this up recently. I think these were I don't know, 2017 release or something like that. So this is kind of a recreation of the original Golden Tuna. Of course, it's running a V157 solar quartz movement, so keeps absolutely perfect time and has like a huge 10-month power reserve, and just a great watch. It's become my total gym watch because of the lightweight, and it wears so well. It's just super, super comfortable. So very nice. The SNE 498. So this is the latest in my collection here, and this is already on a different bracelet. You guys can see I've had this on a strap code, a 20mm engineer bracelet. This is the Seiko SBDC 053 J1. I just did an unboxing of this watch, and I will get a review up coming here fairly soon, so keep an eye out for that. So, all right, so we'll move up to the center row there and take a look at some of these Orients that I have. So this one here is going to be a unique piece. You're not going to be able to find one of these. You're not going to see one of these because this was a modded watch. This was a Orient Ray Raven, and the first generation, you can tell because it has the second pusher up there for the day function. And this was actually modded by CG. So she had a YouTube channel out there and started, towards the end, was doing a lot of modifications on watches before she kind of shut the channel down. But I was able to get this out to her and get it done. Added this really cool coin edge bezel from Yoboki's, which is PVD coated. I don't even know if they make those, but she got it done. Very cool, very neat watch. Had the blue hand added there. Just a very unique piece. I have it on a, this is Time Strap UK. This is their scale series here. And I thought the black and the blue and the black and the blue and the watch just kind of went together. So very cool watch there. So, all right, so we'll grab this center Orient. Now this is the Orient Triton, and you guys just have to forgive me because I cannot for the life of me remember the reference number. These Orient Tritons have really long reference number. I have this on a Watch Steward strap, which I've done a review of this strap before. It's kind of like the elastic material. Very cool strap, but just a great looking piece. This kind of reminds me of a shrunk down version of the Orient Saturation Diver. It's basically kind of what it is. It's a to be honest with you, it's a more user-friendly version. Scott Stoffert, Watches Glory, loaned me out his Orient Saturation Diver at one point, and I wore it for about a week. And it was an awesome, awesome watch, but man, it was just a beast on the wrist to wear it all day long. It was just a big, heavy watch, but it was a purpose-built dive watch. It was more built for just that, just diving, not really wearing around all the time. But this is a much more user-friendly and wearable piece. I absolutely love the Triton from Orient. So. Right, so also in the Orient lineup here, now this is the Mako, the Mako 2, Orient Mako 2. This has the hacking and hand winding F69-22 movement. That's a 22 joule movement. That's what the 22 stands for. And yeah, it's a great watch. It's a great all-around watch, especially at the price point. Nowadays you can find these for around $140 to $145. You get in a 200-meter watch, hacking and hand windable. And, you know, one of these days, I've never done it. I can't believe I haven't. But I need to do a head-to-head comparison with the SKX, especially the 013, because you get a lot of watch for the money comparatively. Now, yeah, this is iconic, but someday I'm going to do that comparison because I really do think you get a lot more for your money. Oh, I shouldn't have said that, but you get a lot for your money with these Orients at $140, especially at that price point. Just great looking watches too. So, all right, so we're going to move up to the very last, the top row. And now one thing I want to say about all these watches is this is not all of the dive watches I have. Now I have these and I consider these my collections because these are all watches I bought and or traded for, you know, in my watch adventures here. And so these are the watches that I feel had to do with me. They weren't watches that were sent in for review or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and start over here on this end here because we're going to end up with my favorite, I think. So this is the Casio MDV 106, also affectionately known as the Marlin or the Duro. And, you know, I think any watch collection should really have one of these. And at the price point of around $45 to $50, you can't go wrong. It's just the ultimate ocean beater watch. And now I have this paired with a Blue Shark straps, and I think this is their Alpha series. So this is one of the original seatbelt straps out there. As a matter of fact, I think they were the originator of that term for the seatbelt straps. But it looks really good on this watch, and you know, you really can't go wrong for 50 bucks. It's a great piece in the collection. So, all right, moving across here. Now this is the one I posted on Instagram today and said, come back to the channel. If you guys saw the post of this watch today and you came to watch this video because of that post, let me know down below in the comments. I'm always curious about that. So the Helson Shark Diver 42 millimeter with the green dial. There's a no date version. Really cool brass case on this. Very heavy duty, very thick. I have a review of this watch up on the channel, so if you want to find out more, go check that out. So a beast of a watch, definitely a purpose-built dive watch with its trip-lock crown, titanium case back, and just really a purpose-built piece with an NH35 movement in it. So love the Helson Shark Diver brass. All right, so you guys can tell I like green, especially in my my independent or my micro brand watches. Now this is watches by Nick. This is the Orion Calamity. This is the drab model. I bought this last year. I really jumped on as soon as Nick announced that he was going to be getting these watches out and made. Now, it took quite a while to get these watches out and done, but Nick did just a spectacular job, because I can say that this is the most impressive micro brand watch that I've ever owned. It's going to stay in my collection for good. It is a keeper watch for me. It's the most comfortable watch I own, and the design that Nick put into it is just so special. Absolutely love this piece. This is my Calamity Drab. So, all right, so another recent acquisition through trades and whatnot I've done recently is my ball. This is the Engineer Master Diver 2. In 42 millimeter. Have a review of this watch up. It's a compression style diver, so this top crown here controls your internal bezel on the watch. 300 meter diver, just a absolutely stunning piece. If you haven't watched the review of this watch, I'd say go over there, because I do go through a little bit of the history of the Ball Watch Company, which, if you're not familiar with them, they really are a spectacular, spectacular brand of watches out there. So, all right, so last but definitely not least, guys, and this is a watch that I coveted for a long time, and I got in the collection. Absolutely love this watch. This is my Breitling Super Ocean 2, 42 millimeter. So this is their 500 meter diver. I just recently hit the 6-month mark with this watch, and I couldn't be happier with it. Just a spectacular, stunning piece. 42 millimeters, fits really, really well, and I love it. So, you know what we're going to do, guys? I'm going to get these watches in a big old pile, and we're going to get light on them, and we're going to go out with a loom shot. Give me a second here, guys. All right, guys, so here we go. We're going to light them up. Now, I can tell you up there at the top of the ball, that's not going to light up because it has tritium tubes, so you probably won't notice that. But all right, guys, so there is a bunch of loom to go out with on a Friday night. You guys can see Seiko's glowing in there, and the Casio's over there, and look at Nick, the Calamity. But all right, guys, thanks for tuning in. That is the state of the collection dive watches for OFD for 2018, guys. I hope you like it. I don't know if it'll stay this way. This collection will probably ebb and flow over the years, and it'll be exciting to see what happens. I know certain pieces will definitely never leave this collection because I love them just way too much. But thanks for joining me tonight. Friday Night Loom, guys. All right, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you've not subscribed to the UFD channel yet, please do. Please do. All right, thanks, guys.